We get together here on Wednesday evenings and talk about the early days of single sideband. This is K5LYN. My name's Len. I'm at Austin. And we've got a bunch of net controls here on the frequency, and we'll try to pick up everybody that wants to talk to us tonight about vintage radios. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they're vintage radio related. And if you have a problem with the radio, this is a great place for technical advice for radios of that era. You can come by on a modern radio if you're interested in what we're doing. Everybody's welcome. Tonight, I'm on Plan C here. First radio I turned on, I couldn't get the audio out of, and I finally decided it was the mic cord, so I got a different mic cord, and that didn't work. Plugged a different microphone into it. That didn't work on a different radio. Finally, I got to Plan C here. This station began its life in 1948 when Collins made available the first permeability-tuned oscillator in the form of their VFO exciter, the 310B, and it was used with their various AM radios in those days. I am using it to use with a Heathkit sideband adapter called the SB10, and that was something that Heathkit put out to use with their various AM transmitters, and you could use it with your old AM homebrew rig or whatever to put out a primitive single sideband signal. Here I used it to convert a Heathkit novice rig, a DX60, to this primitive form of single sideband. So if you're looking at my signal on a flex, you'll know I've got a little bit of carrier and a little bit of sideband suppression. Hopefully better than none at all. But that'll have to be it for tonight, I guess. All right, I'm going to talk to the folks that are here. By the way, the Heathkit DX60 is driving the Collins 30L1. So forgot to tell that last link in the chain. I'm going to talk to some of the folks that I know are here, and we'll pass it around to several of the other net controls, and we'll get everybody picked up. Hey, Robert, WW9W, I bet you're lurking still up there somewhere. How about it? K5LYN.
All righty, man. K5LYN and Boat Ankles International. Good evening, guys. Lee, you're sounding good, man. I've been listening to you for quite a while this evening. You're sounding real good. Hopefully I'm close enough on frequency. I'm running the Heathkit SB102, Heathkit SB102, and I'm running it barefooted. I was going to try to get the SB200 in line, but I'd have to move it around, and it was just going to be a hassle, so I figured I'd just try it. Looks like it's running about 125 watts. I'm surprised they ain't put out that kind of wattage, but it's running about 125 watts into the Double Bazooka Ultimac 8040, and I'm using the non-amplified. I take that back. It's an amplified D104 that I'm using with it there. I've got the SB100, the SB101, and the 102. I think the 101 is going to end up being a parts rig, but I've got the 100 going. So I think next week I'll try it out on the Boat Anchor International here. Lynn, appreciate you running it. Hello to Jay, and hello to my buddy Rusty over there. And I hope you guys have a great evening. And I'll tell you what, I sure do enjoy this Boat Anchor stuff. And you guys take care. And I'll be listening out throughout the night. K5LYN, WW9W, Robert here in Allen, Texas.
Okay, Robert. You got stronger the longer you talked, and we're talking Heathkit to Heathkit tonight. I don't think we've ever done that before. I'm about 10 years older than you in terms of the Heathkit station, I think, but that just kind of shows these rigs do hold up. All right, great to hear you. All right, how about Ralph, NB9M? No, that's wrong. N5BTM. Hey, Ralph, you over there somewhere? K5LYN.
Good evening there, Lynn. K5LYN and the net, N5BTM, Ralph and Spring. Yes, sir, we are. And speaking of Heathkit stuff, we've got some on the air tonight. And hopefully it's close enough for government work on the frequency. And it's a Sugarbaker 100. And that's driving a homebrew GS35B, about 900 watts. And using those Shure 444 microphones. And that's going through a Drake MN2700 antenna tuner. And we're listening to you on the Collins console, that SB600 speaker. And it does have a power supply in it, but we're not using that power supply. We have another Heathkit power supply that we're using. So that's about the sum total of it tonight there, Lynn. K5LYN and the net N5BTM.
Well, this is a funny situation, Ralph. You mean that we got 3 Heathkit stations in a row here?
3 in a row, man. Look out. Go gambling, do something, man. Who knows what's going to happen?
That's right. Something about the planets and the way they're pulling the magnetic forces of the universe here tonight. Let's hope it holds up. Great to hear you, Ralph. Beautiful signal in Dawson. How about Don? W5DK, what do you say, Don?
Hey, good evening, Lynn. Good job, Ralph. Good signal. Dangerous Don here, Spring Branch, north of San Antonio. I'm working the same old Drake TR4 and L4 amp with a D104 amplifier, or D104 mic. And I guess I'm using, let's see, looking over, oh yeah, double extended, or no, the double bazooka tonight. Good job. Everybody sounds great. Well, let's get on to the next one, W5DK.
Nice signal in Dawson, Don. All right, catch up with you soon. How about K5LT, Lyle?
Good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. This is K5LT Lyle. I'm located outside of Bernie, Texas, which is a little bit north of San Antonio. And tonight we're running the Heathkit equipment, so another Heathkit for the list for you. Heathkit SB101 going into a Heathkit SB221 amplifier, going out to a double extended jet for the cedar trees. And Lynn, what fixed my problems last week was a good old can of deoxit, cleaned up the contacts on the microphone on the push to talk, and cleaned it up and exercised it a few times, and back in business again. So we're working. So hopefully you can find your problems and get everything back going again. So back to you, K5LT.
Well, this is a funny conglomeration of Heathkit at the beginning here, Lyle. And the station sounded great on your end. You found the problem, and it's all in good shape. We're going to catch you at the Hamfest over in Marion?
I'm going to try my best to make it over there. I can't remember if I scheduled for a trip to College Station that weekend or not.
Okay. Well, we'll look for you. All right, good enough. And nice work on the radio there. All right, let's move on down there toward Houston. How about Dan, KWOZ? What do you say, Dan?
Yeah, good evening, Lynn, and everybody else on the Bone Anchors Net. The band is shifting already, so I won't keep it long. This is down in the middle of Sanctuary City of Houston, Texas, called KHWOZ. Talking on not an official boat anchor, I guess. It's an Icon 751A, but I'm driving a homebrew linear made up of a pair of 572Bs. And I just finished building this power supply for it today, and it's putting out about 700 watts, maybe 750. The microphone is a Chinese B1 800, and driving a two-band bazooka up there. I wanted to say Robert's SB102 really sounds good over here. That's it from here, Lynn. Thanks for letting us in. KWOZ.
Great signal into Austin, Dan. Nice work on that whole station. All right, let's see if we can finally get around to some Central Electronics here. How about Tom, KC5L? Tom, what about it, K5LYN?
Hey, good evening, Lynn, and the Bone Anchors Net. This is Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And looks like all the green machines are coming out for St. Patrick's Day. Your Plan C Studebaker is sounding great here in San Antonio, and actually seeing a fair bit of sideband suppression on the band scope. Tonight we're talking on the Central Electronics 200V with a D104 microphone, driving a Central Electronics 600L amplifier doing about 300 watts through the Johnson KW Matchbox, and a homebrew doublet of about 15 feet. And we're listening on an R390A. So that's about it for me, Lynn. Thanks for picking me up. Don't have anything else, so back to net, KC5L.
Very nicely done, Dom. Great to hear you. And I do have my 20A warming up over there. We may or may not get around to it this evening, but we'll see. That was Plan D, but in front of behind all the rest of the plans that I had trying to get a station on tonight. Nice work on your part with the Central Electronics. Okay, I'm going to pick up KO7CD and my neighbor TXW, then I'll give it to Jay. So let's talk to Mike next. How about it, Mike, K5LYN?
Okay, Lynn, solid copy on everybody so far. Great to be on tonight. I wanted to say first thing, hello to Jim there, KB5ZIV. I haven't heard him on in a coon's age. And it's great to have him back. And Signal is big punchy as usual. I mean, he hasn't lost anything during his time off. The weather today is about like it's been the last 3 or 4 days. It was pretty warm during the middle of the day, maybe mid-80s, low 80s at least, something like that. We got a little bit of rain last night, and the wind has been blowing for 4 or 5 days now. It started out pretty calm this morning, but right now it's blowing pretty good. Teeny bit of rain last night, nothing measurable. On the rig tonight, I'm running the Hallicrafters Twins, a receiver SX117, transmitter HT44, and that runs to my power supply and speaker, which matches. It goes to an SB220 heat kit. Now let me see here. Oh, I just lost something. Hang on. I can't do it like that. There is a Johnson Viking kilowatt matchbox, which has an intermittent relay on the receive, so probably best not to have me as any kind of in control tonight, Lynn. I appreciate that. Antenna is a loop, horizontal loop up about 30 feet. 455 feet long, so it won't tune 160, but I don't go there anyway. It's pretty good on everything else. And the microphone is a D104 non-amplified version. I got to work on the tuner relay. I'll probably start that tomorrow, which is a real pain. I got to take 46 screws loose and put them back in again. Hey, I've done it before, and I can do it again. That's it from here, Lynn. Back to you, KL7 Charlie Delta.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, those of us have taken the Johnson matchbox apart. Never forget. That's right. I've been down that road, too. Good to hear you this evening. Okay, how about my neighbor, TXW? What do you say, George? K5LYN.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net from WB5TXW. Running the Collins 32S1, the Collins 75S3, the Collins 30L1. Not pushing a whole lot of power, but I'll bet it makes a little bit of a difference somewhere. Out to a improved, or at least fixed, 75-meter dipole, Shure 444 microphone. And I think I got everything working for a while. Over.
Excellent audio. Sounds great, George.
Very good. Thank you. WB5TXW back to net.
Okay, we'll catch you later. Let's see here. Mr. J, KM5QS, see if you can get some salvation to this situation. K5LYN.
Oh, it won't. It more be like just continue carrying on. That you don't need no salvation. It was working just fine. Everybody's sounding good this evening. This is Jay, KM5QS. I'm down here in Alice, Texas, and I'm coming to y'all tonight. I'm speaking into an Electro Voice 664A, which is going into a Kenwood TS820S, and the receiver is the R820. Homebrew antenna, tuner, antenna, feed line, open wire, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, and the TL922 amplifier, which I'm just tickling a little bit. So, with that, let me see if I can wake Denver up. Now that's Denver, N50JB.
All right, Jay, this is N50JB, Denver in Gonzales, Texas. And I'm talking to you on a 75 F1 and I'm listening to you on a 75 F1. Talking to you on a 32 F1, and my speaker is in a 512 whatever anyway, station control thing. and I've got a P2 power supply running this stuff. I was talking about the twins earlier. I've owned 2 sets of Drake twins. I've owned 2 sets of 599 twins. I've owned a set of what would you call heat kit, transmitter and receivers. I can go way on back and keep talking. And a Jesus, don't forget the Jesus. I could have been in a lot of trouble back in those days. But I'm driving an old NCL 2000 with this Collins S line into a inverted V fan dipole for the apex at about 30 foot in the air, and enjoying every minute of it. Back to you, Jake.
Okay, Denver. Well, you certainly did a good thing when you picked up those Collins. They're working great for you. And I know you're hearing us just fine, because, anyway, I had a set of those at one time, too. So, anyway, man, if I remember it, well, never mind. That's bygones. All right, thank you, Denver. Appreciate it. Let me see. KF5R's that in. John, are you still hanging around? Maybe not. WA5MTT. I know you're out there, Mike.
Yeah, good evening, Jay. Mike, WA5MTT in Round Rock. And tonight I'm on the Collins Winged Emblem S-Line gear again, 75S2 receiver, 32S1 transmitter, and the amplifier is the Collins 30S1. Microphone is Electro Voice 674. And we're running about 1,200 watts here. So nothing new. Wish we could have got more rain last night, but that's the way these little fronts are. Back to you.
Okay. Well, yeah, it flew through here, dropped a little bit, and put some in the gutters, and that was it. Got on down the road. Hopefully it'll help the grass a little bit. Anyway, sounded fine, as usual. Let's see, I better move along. I don't know what the band's going to do yet this evening. Let me see if I can get a hold of Bob. K5CXG, are you out there?
Yes, I am. K5CXG out here at San Angelo. On the mark tonight, didn't have time to get the 520 on the desk. I've been messing with 51S1 some, and I'm working with it. Nothing new, no new boat. Well, I did get an FX100. I'm very pleased with it. I got a new one of them last week, and I'm very happy with it. It's a good radio, fine piece of equipment. I had one before, and it went down the road, and when it left, the day it left, I knew I made a mistake. So I got this one, and it won't go down the road. Very fine receiver for today. I really do like them. And I've got it. So that's good to have those. And I've got all my military 388s, 390s, all that stuff. So I guess I've about accumulated everything that I consider pretty good. As far as boat anchors, I might want a 51J4 someday or something, but anyway, that's about it from here. We had a very bad hailstorm last night. It did do some damage in town. We didn't get any busted windows, but I'm surprised we didn't. I just thought we were going to. It was about 3/4 of an inch hail size, and I just talked to the guys over east of us in Mississippi and Alabama and the Carolinas. They supposedly are going to get some terrible weather. Anyway, that's it. Everybody, I thought my antenna might be cutting too this morning. It wasn't. Sometimes hail will cut antenna riding too, but it didn't. It was still up, so I left out there. Everybody have a good week. Catch you on next week. K5CXG.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, very good. Well, I'm glad y'all didn't get hurt too bad with that hail. We've been through that down here too. It can be rough, but I'm glad y'all survived it. And we'll look for you next week. Thank you, sir. Sounding great. All right, let me see. Who else we got? Excuse me, Donald. DAM, you out there?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's going on?
Didn't you check in for the boat anchors net?
Oh, no, I was just checking this microphone, this equalizer that I put in.
Okay. All righty. Well, you sound good anyway. So, you got anything you want to say?
Well, I had a mouthful of food here when you called me. I wasn't expecting it, but, no, I'm on my FT 101 Delta.
All righty. Well, sounds good. Okay. Well, let me get, maybe we'll catch you next time. Let's see. Jim, why don't you do something?
What do you want me to do?
Say hi, what you got, what you doing, the usual stuff.
Okay. Hi, folks. This is KB5ZIV. I'm over here in Uvalde. We're on the trusty FT102. It goes through the amplifier, through the tuner, out there to the big double extended zip, and hopefully everything's working all right.
Well, it sounds fine down here.
Well, I hope so. I hadn't had it on in a while. I just had a chance this evening to come and play, and I don't know if next Wednesday I'll be here or not. You know how that works, but anyhow, we're here and listening to you guys. Y'all are sounding good. Hopefully we're sounding just as good.
Well, if it was a problem, we'd tell you. And I ain't got no problem with it. Anyway, I'm glad you got it warmed up this evening. I think I'm going to call on Rusty and let him take a turn, because I'm about out of people on my list. So, Rusty, WK5R, KM5QS, your turn, sir.
Okay, I'll take a shot at it. Good evening, everybody. This is WK5R, and we are on the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. I'm running the usual stuff, the Helicopter's HC37, the Audio-Technica microphone, driving the GS35B amplifier into the home booth and dipole. I was about 1,300 right there. And before I start calling for check-in, I'll pick a little bit of advice out there. I found an error in the schematics for the Swan 117C supply. That is the one that is in the cabinet, but the stuff is all underneath, so it's not the separate little box. That's the 17X. 117X. In this C4, the capacitor that is on the bias circuit, the symbol is backwards. So I was putting one together today, and I had the Big Bang Theory. Couldn't figure out what was going on. And I finally got to looking at the way they had the rectifier set up, and I thought, uh-oh. So I turned the capacitor around, put a new one in there, and everything come up. So it is backwards on that schematic. I blew the capacitor up, and smoke and paper went everywhere. Anyway, you live and learn. All right, who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo Delta 5, Papa, Uniform Romeo.
Okay, I got two there. I got MOK. I'll pick him up, and I got Uniform Romeo. I'll pick him up after that. Go ahead, Moki.
Yeah, game, Rusty, Jim, and everybody on that. My name is Mike. I'm in Kilgore, and tonight I'm on my TS520. Old microphone's your MC50. Going into a SB220, run about 800 watts, just letting her idle there a little bit. And the antenna's inverted V hanging out there. Surprised they ain't rotted out of the tree. Been up there so long. But anyway, had a little rough weather here this morning. It wasn't too bad, really, but it looked worse than it was. But anyway, Rusty, it was good seeing you up there. It sure was. at the sale there. Hope to see you at the other ones there. N5, Yum. Okay, back to that.
Yeah, okay, Monkey. I'm over. Hello.
Right there we go. Yeah, I'm planning on going to the Emory one, so whoop. Things started moving on me again.
Hello. There we go. Now, what's going on there?
But anyway,
I think...
Where'd he go?
Yeah, there was a rut row.
Uh-oh, fire in the cockpit.
I hope I ain't brought the radio up.
Well, maybe my bad luck tonight's getting spread around.
Okay, I'm back. Let me get this thing
zero
back in.
There we go, right there. All right. Well, things going all over the place. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm back. I think I got a foot switch problem here. Anyway, all right. Uniform Romeo, go ahead.
Good afternoon, or evening, I guess now. It's 10:85 PUR. I guess this thing's vintage enough now. It's an FT950, and I got to be short time because I still have a couple of things I need to do before it gets dark here. 10:85 PUR.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you checking in, and I do believe you said usually 950, so it's working. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited?
0 Victor Kilo.
0 GBK, and I'm going all over the cod picking place. Go ahead there, Kurt.
Hey, good evening. This is N0 GBK cruise up there in South Central Nebraska. Pretty noisy night up here on this end of the state. And tonight, Rusty, I'm running my iGame Galaxy GT550 Alpha. And I got the magic sticker control for that, the outboard digital display, the DD103. And the World Crystal SC34 microphone system. And the red offset antenna for 25 feet. So thanks for running it tonight, Rusty. And have a good evening. BK5 Volume is 10-0 South Victor Kilo.
Over, Rusty.
Yeah, here I am. The 550, the Galaxy 550 Alpha is sounding good there, Kurt. Yeah, I think my foot switch is sticking. It didn't want to key up to kill the receive. Anyway, I'm back. All right. Who else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Contact?
Somebody's in there with some breaking up audio.
Uh-oh. Is that me?
Now you sound fine, Dan, but something a while ago wasn't quite right.
Yeah, I don't know if Rusty's hearing me.
I'm hearing you great.
Well, I was going to suggest, I believe that Rusty's variation in frequency is on the transmitter side, and I would expect that if he took a little WD-40, pardon the expression, and or some deoxit and cleaned the end bearings of that VFO dial or capacitor in that HT37. All these old rigs need it sooner or later. You might as well do it now anyway. It'll probably take care of that jumping frequency. That's all I had. KWOZ.
Good thought. You there, Rusty? Well, maybe I'll talk a minute.
Load up on it.
Yeah, you think I ought to talk a bit, Jay?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, how's my frequency sound? I've changed radios.
No, you're fine.
All right, we'll go with this. All right, Rusty, if you get that nailed down, come back and let us know. All right, this is K5LY, and I have switched radios since I got off that station that I call the radio version of a 59 Studebaker. Tom remembered that I usually refer to it that way. This is a Central Electronics 20A that I have matched up with a Hallicrafters SX115, and I built a transceive adapter such that it transceives in the manner of the Drake twins, the Collins twins, the Hallicrafters twins, or whatever. And the 15 watts out of the 20A is driving a homebrew amplifier I built out of 4 6DQ5s. It's basically like the final of the earlier Swans times 4 is what I'm doing here. All right, let's see. Who else we got for the boat anchors this evening? K5LYN calling and listening.
Whiskey 5, India Sierra.
India Sierra, talk to us, Doug.
Yeah, good afternoon, Lynn, and all the ones on the net. It's pretty noisy, but Benchy's rig will still keep working. Well, I'm running TS-830 tonight and controlling it with a BFO 230 and watching on the SM220 and driving SB1000 amplifier, the little antenna about 20-something foot in the air, so I guess it's all working. I appreciate you picking me up and running with me at W5 values.
Yeah, okay, Doug. I found myself a little bit lower in frequency than you, and I figured you were more likely to be in the right place than I was, so I came to where you were. But the station is sounding fine tonight, and it's a noisy night. You hearing as much noise over there as we're hearing here? Over?
Oh, roger.
Yeah, noisy night. All right, well, I'm glad you came by, Doug. Did you get any rain out of this system? It rained for 30 seconds in Austin last night, over.
Tracy sort of got you. I think you asked about rain. We got about 75 inches. We missed 0.75. We missed the main part of it, and no hail, thank goodness.
Okay, Doug. All right. Yeah, I understand the rough kind of conditions. We'll let you go, but thanks for coming by. All right. Who else for the boat anchors this evening? K5LYN listening.
K5YMF.
Okay, Barry. I'm glad we got you back in there and you hung in there. How you doing this evening?
Doing all right. Thanks for picking me up there, Lynn. Yeah, a little crackly band this evening. Yeah, I'm on my favorite boat anchor here at the Swan 500C and Shure 444 mic and a MFJ Versatuner 5 antenna match up to a very homely dipole. Yeah, the thing is, it's kind of ugly there. When the leaves fit on the tree, I saw what I had there, but how do I sound?
Well, we don't do these antennas for looks, Barry, and yours is working and doing absolutely everything it needs to do, and so is the Swan. You know what? I used to have one of those things. Those are pretty good radios.
Yeah, I think this one looks just like one you had there.
Yeah, I think it probably does. All right, Barry, it's great to hear you on. Hey, I'm looking forward to breakfast one of these days. You and I both we've had both shots, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, and whenever you get ready, you guys holler, and I'll let you go. It's getting pretty loud out there. A lot of crackling. K5YMF, back to that. Thanks, man.
Yeah, a bunch of us used to get together for breakfast on Saturday mornings, and all of us that have had 2 shots, I'm ready to start doing it again. We'll move on. Okay, who else for the boat anchors? K5LYN listening.
I'm back, man.
Okay. You're louder than I am. Rusty, put out a call, see what you can do with it.
Yeah, I switch over. I'm on a 590. I think that outboard changeover relay that I'm using on the back of the Hallicrafters that switches the coax off of the receiver, I think it's hanging somewhere in the middle because I wasn't getting any output and I wasn't getting any receive either. So anyway, with that, who else out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Well, you also got us on frequency. I was up the band. Glad you made it back.
Yeah, well, I didn't get nobody, so I guess go ahead and try and send her around the table, I guess.
Give it one more try. You got the biggest signal in the bunch up in your area.
Okay. Anybody out there that wants to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, come now.
Kilo Delta 5, Golf Echo Sierra.
Okay, the Kilo Delta 5 ending in Sierra. Go ahead.
Kilo Delta 5, Golf Echo Sierra. No traffic, just getting in for the count.
Yeah, Kilo Delta 5, Golf Echo Sierra. Go ahead.
Just getting in for the count. So you're running a 520.
Okay, gotcha. 520 sounding good there. All right, who else to the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now. Well, all the thunder crashes and stuff, we may not have a big bridge tonight there, Lynn. Over you, and then you can send it on around the jack. K5LYN, WK5R.
Okay, nicely done, Rusty. And yeah, it is a very noisy night here. I suspect that's affecting things here. All right, this is K5LYN Lynn in Austin on the Central Electronics 28. Let's just see if Tom, KC5L. Hey, Tom, you still down there? Are you hearing my 28 tonight? K5LYN. I guess not. Maybe he got smart and went off to do something else. Okay. Hey, anybody else want to talk to us tonight? K5LYN, listen.
KE5ARQ.
ARQ, good evening, sir. Talk to us.
Hey, everybody, this is James in Floresville, Texas. Hey, I'm running a Kenwood TS830S, inverted V, about 40 feet, Shure 444 mic. Nothing different than the last time, but I've been working on my shack. I got the air conditioner going, and I got a ceiling fan up and some siding in, so it's coming along real good, and, you know, we'll see what happens within the next month. KE5ARQ, back to net.
Okay, James. Hey, you got a spectacular signal in Austin. I'm hearing lots of noise up here, but you're knocking it out. What kind of antenna you got on down there? If you told me, I missed you.
Yeah, it's just it's a wire antenna, about 40 feet. It's, you know, it's nothing fancy. You know, it's on a fiberglass mast I put together. It's actually my dad's idea, N5SM. That's my father. He told me that'd probably be a good way, economical way right now. I'm trying to save up to get maybe a tower one of these days, but also barefooted. But I do have an amplifier I bought from W5DPP, and I'll be getting that going in the shack because it's got 220 and my garage does not. So hopefully I'll have a little bit more power then. Anyhow, appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. KE5ARQ, back to net.
All right, James. You're doing it right. Let me tell you, you're one of the strongest guys I've heard in several check-ins. Now, that piece of wire, is that in-fed, and is it vertical or strung out, and you got some kind of an antenna tuner on it, I guess, maybe? Tell me just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just, I guess, center fed, and I got ladder line coming off of it. It's, I cut it for a 80 meter and a 40 meter. That's what I cut it to. So I have I guess two sets, and one is the 80 meter is like, I guess you would say it's running north and south, and the 40 meter is running east and west. And then, like I said, the center feed point is about 40 feet, and then I didn't have enough room in the backyard, so I actually had to buy some 2x12s and post them up on the fence. And so I had to wrap one of the wires through a pulley to, you know, keep it elevated off the ground. And it's working out all right. You know, I've been happy with it, but you know, just like I guess maybe the rest of you guys, I hear a lot of static on this end, a lot of noise, but you know, it is what it is. It's still fun, and I love it.
Excellent.
Well, you know, there's a lot of us that are using antennas that are not very high off the ground. My 80-meter loop is about 15, 20 feet, 25 at the highest place, and I've got a Mosley TA33 beam at 16 feet that's working great on 20 meters. So, James, whatever you did right. Over.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I had a lot of direction from my dad, you know, and my grandpa. He's a ham. He's silent key. He passed away last year, but yeah, I had some pretty good teachers along the way, and of course I like listening to guys like you, and hopefully one of these days I'll get to meet you guys at a ham fest or something.
Well, there's one in Marion, Texas on April the 10th.
Yeah, I was hearing about that.
hopefully we can show up out there and visit with y'all. Looking forward to it.
I'm going to try to make it. All right, let's see. CIV, Jim, did you have a comment?
Hey, hang on, Lynn.
Yeah, I figured he was on an inverted V, Lynn.
Boy.
Yeah, what was his grandfather's call?
He's real good here. Somebody else have a comment?
With the ladder line, he couldn't have done a better job.
I think so. Doing a great job. All right. Anybody else for the boat anchors this evening? K5LYN listening.
Recheck.
Okay, Jay, you want to put out a call?
Yeah, I heard somebody say something about a recheck. Who wants to recheck?
KC5L. Lynn, I heard you earlier. How copy?
Oh, yeah, I just want to tell you, Tom, I made it good. So you're not the only Central Electronics tonight. I've got the 20A running here, over.
Roger. It's sounding great down here.
Okay, yeah, I just thought I'd give you a shout. Okay, Jay, it's really your turn. K5LYN.
Oh, recheck. All righty. We'll see what we can do. We've got all that noise is coming from the southern central states out there, and it's being a little. I doubt we're going to get any check-ins from Missouri and Mississippi and around in there because they're a little busy right now. But that being said, and I should have said a while ago that I am on a set of twins. Actually, it's Kenwood 820 twins, sort of, so to speak. It's, well, anyway, never mind. Who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Yeah, I got a question for Jay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering what his grandfather, it says grandfather's silent key. What's his call sign?
You mean the fellow with the dipole?
Yeah, James, KE5ARQ.
Yeah, and whose call? Oh, his grandfather's call sign?
Yeah, that's a third generation checking in right there. We need to ask him.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, James, what was your grandfather's call sign?
All right, he had two call signs. The first one was N5VVR, and then he, before he died, or not before, but he got a new call sign. It was W5POP.
Is that Bravo Oscar Papa?
No, Papa Oscar Papa.
Pop or Oscar? Yeah, okay, Pop. W5POP. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, what's his first name?
His first name was Jim or James.
I know another POP. Good deal. Hey, well, good job carrying on the third generation there.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah, my kids, they're slightly interested. They get on the key, or I have my grandpa's Navy key or the straight key, and they get on it every now and then, and show me what they can do. They can outdo me on the Morse code.
All right, good job. I'm just sorry I had to interrupt. Just thought it was important.
Okay, no problem. No, that's a good deal. And James, congratulations on the antenna. I know you had some good instruction, but you followed through with it. That's I'm all for open wire line. That's what I'm using. If you put a signal into it, it's got to go out on the antenna because it can't come back. Anyway, good job. We'll look for you next week.
All right, appreciate you.
Not a problem. If you can make Marion, I'll be in a red pickup truck. It'll probably be the brightest red pickup truck on the lot. All right. Let's see. Anyone else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Come now, please. Is anybody hearing anything over the static crash?
Not me.
No, I didn't either, Jay, and I got the stuff turned on the other radio now.
Oh, okay. All right. We might be getting to be short time there, Lynn, but I'll give it another try. Anyone out there? 1,447 watts of Kenwood power, searching for a check-in. Come on down.
That's Tango X-ray.
Say again?
That's Tango X-ray.
Tango X-ray. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I'll help you draw it out a little bit, just listening in, not on a boat anchor per se, but I am on my new to me round emblem Collins 3001, so that sort of qualifies. And FT DX10 and a double bazooka other than that. But the Collins is a boat anchor, so there you go. Steve and Bastrop just waving my hand, listening in. KW5TX.
Okay, Steve. That's fine. No problems. I mean, yeah, that Collins will get you in here. That's not a problem at all. Maybe, let me see, Bastrop. That's not too far away. Going to come down to the Marion tailgate?
I'm going to try to make it down there.
Okay, very cool. We'll be glad to see everybody. It's been way too long. Thank you, Steve. All right, folks, is there anyone else? Well, what do you think, Lynn?
Let me talk to Steve there. Steve, let me see, that was KW5TX. Steve, you still there? K5LYN.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, I was a Bastrop person for 20 years, so if we happen to cross paths down at Marion, I sure would like to make your acquaintance. I've been gone there since the Bastrop fired.
Oh, yeah, it was a bad time back then, but we're over in Tahitian Village, if you know where that is. But no, we're looking forward to running down to Marion, trying to find an RV spot, but if we don't, we'll just get a hotel room close, even if it's as far away as San Marcos, and make a weekend out of it, Roger.
Yeah, that sounds like a great trip, and yeah, I'd like to make your acquaintance. I was out there 20 years, Alum Creek area. Okay, Jay, back to you, K5LYN.
Oh, okay, Lynn. Oh, I think, let's see, one more try. Anybody out there? Well, I'm going to say everyone that checked in this evening, we appreciate it. Thank you, folks, and you can't run this net without y'all. And all them rigs are sounding good. We're keeping them going, and it's sometimes a exercise in patience and one thing and another, but it's worthwhile. So thank everyone, and Rusty, if you want to make another shot and then do what you got to do, KM5QS to WK5R.
KM5QS, that's K5R, mighty fine there. I did hear I believe it was Whiskey Alpha Zero Papa Alpha Foxtrot up there. You there? So try it again.
It was Whiskey Alpha Zero Papa Mike Foxtrot.
Papa Mike Foxtrot. Go ahead. I don't hear him now. I think the band's changed.
I'm not sure what's going on. Papa Mike Foxtrot. Go ahead, sir.
He may be having some problems because he was real light at first and then he got real loud. So.
Yeah, we may have lost him. I don't know. He's a zero. Don't know where he's at exactly. Hope he's not having weather problems.
He tried 4 times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else out there want to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited net before we close her down? Come now. Recheck. Go ahead.
Hey, Rusty, this is Andrew GBK. I was wondering if you could let me know the audio quality on the old Galaxy here. I had to rework the audio board on it and had to change several components. Had some transistors that go out on me, so just wanted to know if the audio quality sounded okay on and over.
Hey, it sounds good to me, Kurt. I don't hear anything wrong with it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. So it had several components that went out, burned the board, and all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm glad that it's working again. Thanks, Rusty. This is Andrew GBK.
Okay, thanks, Kurt. Okay, anybody else before I close her down? Come now.
K5WSW.
Okay, there was a K5 and something in the W there. Go ahead.
It's Kilo 5 Whiskey Sugar Whiskey.
Oh, Whiskey Sugar Whiskey. Got it that time. Go ahead, sir.
I'll copy.
I copy you good right now. Go ahead.
That's all I need to know, sir. I got a new microphone and I need to check it. Thank you very much for the radar check. This is Kilo 5 with Winter Storm 173.
Okay. Yeah, I tell you got a little bit of a wretched voice there, but the microphone's working fine.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Last call, come now. All right, hearing nothing. Appreciate all y'all checking in, because like Jay said, Jay, myself, Lynn, all of us doing net control here, we couldn't do it without you, because we know what it takes to keep all these things on the air and keep them going there. We'll look for you next week, and now we'll say 73. This is WK5R, now closing this session of the Boat Anchors Unlimited net and returning the frequency to normal amateur abuse. WK5R.
Great show tonight, y'all. 73s, K5LY.